So this is drawing kind of fun, and what I'm going to do is just do a quick pass. I may of mostly just lemon yellow, depending on how crazy I'm feeling. I might introduce a little bit of cobalt teal as it goes down this way a little bit. But let's see, I think this is a pretty good size brush. This is a size 10. I could do the size 12. In fact, size 12 might be good. I am going to stick with this one because I've started. Let's see. So I'm going to mix up a bunch of watery Hansa yellow light. And pretty much just try to paint the whole shape. I am going to try to go around the pit. That'll be good practice. If I painted over it with this light color, it wouldn't be. It would probably be fine. Might be kind of interesting actually, but you know, as I keep doing that, I keep thinking that brush might not be quite big enough. I'm going to go to a little bit bigger. Make sure I got plenty of color mixed up. So let's give this a go. And similar to just the swatch studies, you know, I'll sort of start in my upper left corner. That's sort of a blob. Then I'll go get some more paint. And I don't have to be too careful because my edges here are masked. I can tell there's still a little something in that Hansa yellow light, but it seems like it's sort of dulling it out in a good avocado green way kind of way, so I'm definitely going to go with it. I really don't. I wonder what was in there. Perhaps some purple. Yeah, from those other studies. Yeah, I bet it was that. And then just keep coming around. I will, you know, in a similar way, I will drop in a little bit of color to keep my shape wet. I haven't done that in a while up in this area, but that's okay as long as I still kind of introduce it everywhere. Yeah, now that yellow is cleaner, I can tell. Perhaps you guys can see what's going on, and you know, and you're screaming at the computer right now. James, it's the green and stuck in your corner or something like that. When you do use masking fluid, it can be kind of tricky to remember where there is masking fluid and where there's not, and where you can sort of paint up to and paint over, and where you sort of need to stop doing that. I'm going to try to just bring in ever so little of some cobalt teal and the Hansa yellow light, and just kind of squeeze in a little bit over here to start getting towards some greens as it gets lower down. And then shift things around. think I'll soak up this. So just to sort of re-emphasize, I know where I'm going, and I know that I know that you probably won't until you really studied this, but I've practiced this as my sequence, sort of, and I have looked at my you know, the reference photograph, and I've studied the made a value study, or studied the value study that the teacher provided because he's so cool. Okay, that was dorky, but the point, where did I start with it? I know where I'm going before I get started. So I know that I'm going to go from this light watery yellow up here and start introducing a little bit of more yellowy green. And I know I'm just going to do that in the first pass, and then I'm going to start building up even stronger colors. So at any point when things are sort of either getting too messy or too watery or whatever, I have in my mind that, you know, what I need to do from there, and especially in a stepwise fashion, it helps. Like, that's almost not quite yellow enough. It will because I'll be bringing in a lot of yellow, but I'm going to call that good for that, he said, and then changed his mind. I'm going to try dabbing in a tiny little bit of sort of darker green, and I'm going to just start doing it towards the lower, on the lower part, just to kind of get comfortable with that. That wasn't much darker at all, was it? So it's drying up here, so if I go too much up there, it'll create more of a backrun effect, which might be fun, but not what I'm after right now. And as you can tell, this is really not a whole lot darker at all, but that's mostly because I'm going to be building that up. And this area that's in shadow here will be a whole different thing. So even though the masking fluid is keeping any paint away from that where it's applied, it can still sort of, like it's doing here, it's trying to kind of leap over the masking fluid. So I'm going to shove that back a little bit. So really, this is a sort of a mini thing that I'll be doing in subsequent layers too, of just adding a little bit stronger color, leaving it. I want to make it's easy to lose the lighter colors and the more delicate, in this case, yellows. But I think that's good for now, and I'll let that dry. Still fun. They kind of keep adding some. There's a certain point when the paper just seems like it's working with you instead of against you. But yeah, that's going to be a little bit easier for that to blend further than I... Anyways, I'll leave it like that for now. I'll let it dry. and come back for more soon.